Well, I think he certainly can. I think he's well and truly good enough. It was an enormous run, 4 wide, no cover in that Mackay Davies stakes. You'd have to think with a softer run he wins that. Then he beat, of course, Arcadia Queen. Just being that Northern Hemisphere bred, I just think perhaps he's the one with a bit of scope, where the others may have reached their mark. Track's officially a soft 6. Whether or not it's worse than that has been persistent rain. I don't know, but I do know Probabeel can handle up to a soft 6. I do know she's unbeaten this prep and an absolute star. Mugatu was so good in the Cox Plate here at this track, he must have a case. Shout the Bar and Star of the Seas, another one well and truly advantaged by this rain in the mix. But I went 9, 11, 6 and 12 in the big one.
Well, Brass, of course, this is the third running of the All-Star Mile at the third different racetrack.
Yeah, terrific concept to swap it around Melbourne's major tracks, of course, so the Valley gets the turn this year.
Last year it was WA with Regal Power, and the first year Tasmania with Mystic Journey, winning it as a 3-year-old filly.
Yeah, it's been an interstate affair, so we'll see what occurs. I reckon the Kiwis might get the cash this year.
With Probabeel for the girls, a mare who was brilliant in the Futurity Stakes.
She was great. She kicked in with the lovely first up win and then just elevated to the higher level. The Futurity, wait for age conditions. Look at the way she's burst past horses here. Just a wonderful mare, multiple Group 1 winner, 1,600 metres, no problem. And she's got around the Valley okay in the past too.
And was brilliant at Caulfield in a Group 3 first up.
Yep, for sure. So she's the one for me, Probabeel.
Mugatu for Chris Lees is the threat.
Well, another one out of the Cox Plate. The Cox Plate form looks to be the nice little pointer for us. So we've got to include him. Russian Camelot in the mix. And Shout the Bar should go forward and run a bit of a race, I'd say.
Still raining ahead of the $5 million feature, Brass. Probabeel on the tab fix, 360 out to 4 into 370 as your top pick. Russian Camelot, 480 into 370, goes back out to 420 for Gator fans. Mugatu, spec'd in the market, $9 into 750, just goes back to 8. There's money for Sir Dragonet, the rain will help, $13 into $10. And then Behemoth, 12 out to 14. Star of the Seas, 12 out to 16. 17 to 19 for Shout the Bar. Heads up those remaining. There's a nibble or two, nothing dramatic happening away from the above mentioned. That's a snapshot from the tab. Now to the VOP, 380, 390 into 360 Probabeel. Russian Camelot, 440 into 390 back to 420. Not much else to report. Star of the Seas, 15, 17 nibble back into 16. Still a star for the Tasmanians, 41 into $31, and Streets of Avalon, 61 to 51, and Graceful Glamour, 81 into $61. Gator best backed everywhere. Probabeel the fave.
Well, it's not a surprise given her class. I mean, sometimes punters just gravitate to that. You see in lower grade races, they'll gravitate to on-speed runners if it's a bit leaderish, because there's not a lot of talent between them. She's an elite athlete, we know that. I think drawing away from the inside isn't necessarily a negative as we get into the meeting either.
Righty, 40 seconds away. The $5 million All-Star Mile. First pocket's $2.25 million, 720,000 for second, 360,000 for third. The 2021 edition. The third running of the All-Star Mile with Matt.
The Bar moves up with Michael Walker, drawn barrier 3. Behemoth is in the stalls. Craig Williams, who was 4th in this race last year, just standing in the petition beside the horse. Russian Camelot in. Luna Fox. Can he spoil the party again after winning the Australian Guineas at 300 to 1? Mr. Quickie now moving into the stalls. Jamie Carr aboard, 5th on Dallas Sand in the race last year. Still a Star waits its turn. Here is 50 Stars to load up with the Harrovian, representing Queensland, of course. They've come from near and far. Real state of origin nowadays, with also that Trans-Tasman challenge from the Kiwis. Here's Streets of Avalon taking a wide alley, along with Regalo Di Gaetano from South Australia. Taking a middle alley now, the Harrovian, Mugatu, and Still a Star. The final 3 to load up. Going forward is the Harrovian with Brad Stewart. Mugatu for Hugh Bowman. About to come along into barrier number 8, secures away. And Still a Star for Tasmania. They'll be tuned in at Longford, taking the outside. It is the All-Star Mile number 3. They're ready to go, set to run. World's richest mile race. Big cheer from the crowd. They're racing at the Valley. And from the inside, Shout the Bar began really well. Rousted forward with the Harrovian Luna Fox, and not far away along the inside, Behemoth. There's Graceful Glamour also charging forward with our Deeper Still a Star. Behind those horses, Luna Fox, Probabile's trying to find a position deeper with Streets of Avalon. Then Mugger 2, Russian Camelot, Star of the Seas, Mr. Quickie, 50 Stars. Regalo Di Gaetano is at the tail of the field. Booting up on the inside, Behemoth at the 1,000 metres led from Graceful Glamour, who's posted 3 wide, working hard, and Shout the Bar keeps her out there. 2 further back in the field, Luna Fox the inside from Still a Star, 3 deep, the Harrovi in the centre. A length, Streets of Avalon, then Mugger 2. Further back, one off the fence, Sir Dragon A from Probabile, 3 wide. A length and a half, Mr. Quickie, 2/3 down from Russian Camelot the fence, then Star of the Seas, Regalo Di Gaetano second last, and 50 Stars. They're tightly packed. Behemoth stacks them up at the school at the 600 metres from Shout the Bar. Then Still a Star and the Harrovian together. Streets of Avalon 5 deep. Mugger 2 is right behind those stalking them. Mr. Quickie tries to soul up. Then Luna Fox. Russian Camelot starting to dart through the field. And then Probabile, the Harrovian up to Behemoth. As they reach the 350, they run the corner. They were followed by Mugger 2 held up. And here comes coming through Russian Camelot, and tanking through along the inside is Luna Fox. Mugger 2 coming at Russian Camelot. Then Behemoth, Russian Camelot and Mugger 2. Stride for stride. Mugger 2 fights. Mugger 2 for New South Wales. 1 All-Star Mile 3 by a half. Second Russian Camelot. A gap to Luna Fox or Behemoth. It was a terrific race. Then the Harrovian, Star of the Seas, Stars of Avalon, or Streets of Avalon, and they were followed by 50 Stars. Behind them, Sir Dragon A in company with Still a Star, Probabile, and behind those, Mr. Quickie, Shout the Bar, and Regalo Di Gaetano.
Mugger 2, Hugh Bowman and Chris Lees win the All-Star Mile at 9:20.280 from Russian Camelot at 2:10. Then it's close for third. Behemoth, number 2, is trying to repel the late finish of the 3-year-old Luna Fox, number 15. It's close. 6 beats 9. It was trucking on the turn, just needed the brakes from there on, did Mugger 2, Gator.
Well spotted, and I think Damien Oliver was onto it too. He was trying to keep Hugh Bowman in on Mugger 2, and Russian Camelot then had to make a move. Mugger 2 got the split, 2-horse war, and Mugger 2 a bit too strong, gap third.
Lovely performance from the New South Wales horse.
Yeah, for sure. Just chalk a Cornell up to the Irish imports. Too good for us there. They were a mile ahead of the third horse.
6 beats 9 in the All-Star Mile. Close for third, Behemoth and Luna Fox, the two